Hey, welcome. I had to get it started. Sorry, I'm a little bit late on my 10 o'clock thing. But yo, look, I have to diagnose America one time. So even if you feel like, oh, I'm just gonna be blind to the fact, I'm gonna act like it ain't really no cultural bias in the country anymore. There is no such thing as racism amongst humans because we're all the same race. Every time you use that word, you like perpetuate it, like you keep it going. It doesn't really exist. It's just individuals. At this point, it's just individuals that choose to do something out of a culturally biased position. And there's been so much trauma in this country, like everybody just jumps on it. You know, I learned a term called rage baiting from my kids. And they don't know what I see in them. I try to break it down to them the best I can. But even though like I don't speak to them much, they busy. I'm busy. I'm glad that I had that conversation with my kids. And you kind of gotta know your environment. Like young African children, no matter where you were born on the planet, you got that one drop, motherland or nothing. So you gotta think about it, right? What are we really doing? I mean, I think Malcolm X said it best in an interview. He said when the African man, the black man, when he takes that personal, like the Nation of Islam, like they was all about that. You touch one of theirs, like it'd be like 15 other fools hop up, women included. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, when we stop allowing that, that's when things have changed for us. So before everybody gets a flutter, you have to realize what it means to put it all on the line for what you believe in. You know, I'm I'm thankful and grateful. I had to play that for my theme song. Y'all could wait till on my birthday, I might release, I might come up with a hit on that. I might have a DJ play that. I might hit y'all with some serious heat. I might just do that for y'all. But yeah, man. I mean, I go to church. I've been more disciplined in my tithing. I'm telling you. Shout out to the ramp. I'm gonna get on a quick story on that for a second. I'm gonna go back to that. Y'all deserve to hear that story. So does God. But yeah, I mean, it's, I'm I'm 3 books deep in the social justice game. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was born a revolutionary. You can get these on Amazon.com. This is a way for if you want to leave your kids something, put it in writing. Especially these days. Especially these days, it's not going anywhere. You know, if they want to know how to really move and be successful in the world, they should read Dad's books. And when they get humble to that point, they're going to all that power that I seen in them, which is why I fought so hard to get up out of a bad situation, um, personally, to be doing this today and to be able to diagnose Rick Chow on the spot. Now, look, if you stayed on my live long enough to get to this point, let me diagnose this whole thing. Y'all not gonna like me for saying this, but let's stop acting like we don't know who they are. If you're not having a conversation with your young African beautiful baby, stop acting like you don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with y'all. Like, I just don't understand when African people who that look like me get all the flutter and want to do all this crazy stuff, but that like you're not really doing anything with that. America was a country where people took up arms for what they believed in. And as long as we just like, you know, in our minds, we look at the government or just local police like, right? They're not really here for us. What are they here for? The police arrested them, they did everything. But the citizens of that place in South Carolina, and soon I heard South Carolina, I'm like, you knew who they was. I'm here in the South. This is my first time living in the South, and I love the Dallas Fort Worth area. Shout out to the DFW. Y'all get it in. It's the perfect place. If I was gonna leave Madison, Wisconsin for anywhere, it might as well gosh darn be in Dallas, Texas. For sure. Um, yeah. But I'm telling you right now, stop acting like you don't know who they were. I'm gonna help y'all tonight. I don't care what y'all think about this, but I'm gonna break it down to you. I want you to stop acting like you don't know who they are. Because back in my day, the adults, the adults didn't let their kids go where it wasn't safe. And my kids will tell you, I'm a nosy dad. If they live close to me, I'm all in their business. You know what I'm saying? That's what accountability partners should do. Like, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? And they know when I show up, it's time to get active. So I talk to my kids, both of them. I taught them both how to really finish. Well, I finished teaching. Well, no, I taught them how to drive. I don't know if anybody else put anything into, it, but I taught them how to drive for real. Interesting. So I had to tell. Ooh, they restricted me on TikTok already. I ain't even said it. I'm talking about my own personal life. How you gonna restrict me TikTok and I ain't even did nothing. TikTok restricted me. I ain't even. I'm talking about myself. I ain't even said nothing. That's crazy. Uh, well, I might have slipped a revolutionary hint in there. Yeah, I might. Okay, TikTok. That might be this valid. I was on some BS a couple minutes ago with the government and our community members. Come on, South Carolina. I had to get on us first because I point the thumb. That's what changed my life. If you start pointing the thumb and stop pointing the finger, you're gonna have an amazing life. So come on, parents in South Carolina, these beautiful African babies, man. You gotta have a talk with them. I said on my son's birthday, I gave him my car. You know, it was cool. But I'm like, do you know what to do when you if you get put up by the police? Now he was out with nice young European lady. Well, I'm not saying nobody's judge. It's a larger community. He feeling it. I'm feeling it. It's kind of that I am. So I'm having this conversation with him. I'm telling them, bro, before they walk up, already have your ID in your hands at 10 and 2. And you got to make sure you look them in the eye. Hey, officer, what's going on? You know, I talk to them. You have to humanize yourself for real immediately. And I told them both, if you get on, they get on BS with you, you should already have somebody on the phone or be calling somebody or ask the officer after telling them you feel uncomfortable with whatever he said, can you call your lawyer? Doesn't matter what time of night it is. You just shoot it to him like your attorney. Like, yeah, can I call my lawyer? My phone's right there on the dashboard. Can I call my attorney? have a 24-hour line. But I like to leave your badge number, the badge number of your superior on duty tonight. I'm gonna comply with whatever you ask me to do, but I want to make sure my people got the information first. And that's gonna that's gonna get the action that you know what I'm saying. And he did it. It was a long, well, about a couple years later, he was out with his buddy in Iowa, and he got pulled over. And he had called my phone, but he didn't say nothing. If he'd have been like, Dad, I'm in something right now. I got pulled over. He just had me listening like a butt dial. You know what I'm saying? And but he handled himself well. So that's just what I'm saying, folks. Let's not go crazy about this Rick Child thing if we're not going to go crazy about the Rick Child thing. Let's stop trying to get views off it. You know, my girlfriend of almost 5 years, the boss, she was like, "You should do it like this. You get views." I'm like, man, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna upset some people because people that look like me, like we so quick to get into it with each other over the smallest stuff. I see y'all out there duking it out. It was one about Taco Bell. Like it was crazy. So I'm saying everybody going nuts, but when something like this arises, what happens to that energy? Just pointing it out there. Stop acting like you don't know who they are. How can I say it any different than that? Right? You gotta have that conversation. You can't tell me that you don't know where your kids is at. He was 14. Parents, don't be acting dude out there looking all sad, man. You don't know where your son be hanging out at. Do you know that he have a gun? I'm not, victim shaming, but I'm saying, come on, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? You know, if my son carrying a gun, he didn't went and got the license. He trained. He done got some training. I made sure of that. My daughter, the same thing. Like, if kids want to carry, but you know, we talking about a bottle of water, bruh. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think when I heard about him not having no money, that was a powerful statement if he didn't have a dime on it. But he's all into what do how do but then the prosecutor was like, hey, look, we just didn't find an awning. So that's a real deep mystery right there. Because if they went in his pockets, that's one thing. Like that would be smart to think about. Hold on, see if he got any money. I never heard about was they on touching the dead body? Was they trying to render aid? You know what I'm saying? Everybody just standing around watching them just basically perish. No one rushed over there. It was just one shot, from what I heard. Come on, man. It's just these obvious things. My diagnosis, that's just my diagnosis overall. Come on, America. From the Rick Child side, like you gotta think about it, fam. Your family was in the store. You know, you had, y'all got y'all thing going, but in reverse, how would you feel if one of us had pulled that with your son? You know, it's easy for two grown men to be aggressive with a 14-year-old boy, no matter how big he is. That's for me. You look at the ages. Come on, fam. Rick Child, you old, bro. Like if my girl said he took a bottle of water from us, I'd be like, God bless him. If he needed it that bad, he could have asked for it. You know? Let's keep it real. What are we doing, Rick? Anybody that agrees with his behavior, I'm talking about the jury now. Anybody that agrees with that kind of behavior, it's insane. But I put it in my book. You gotta run right through my social justice series. Put it in the book. America in times like this, for me, it seems like Narnia, you know, the witch, the wardrobe, and the lion. You know, just like that movie. It's like you go through we all are pushed through this black hole, this, you know what I'm saying, secret closet into a world where anybody would see something like this and not be in an uproar. Man, like on this, this was so heinous. Let me use that Hollywood word. This is so heinous. Let me break this down for y'all before I get up out of here. This crime, this situation was so heinous that his own people should turn their back on him. Like, if you chasing a little boy, why two of y'all, why would either of you have a gun? How can that not be intent? If your gun was in the store and he left your store and you chose to leave the store too, your intent was to gun him down. A little kid, you know, you drive by a high school and you, no matter what age you are, if you're not in high school no more, you look back like, oh, I remember those days. Like you just get nostalgic. You chase a kid like that age down and shot him, bro. Come on. I don't care if he had a bazooka in his hoodie. He was leaving the premises, fam. I work security, man. I'm proud to do it. Shout out to JJ's Corner Lounge in Arlington, man, the premier spot on Friday and Saturday nights. Shout out to my man JJ Steve. I'm telling you right now, it's real. That's how heinous it is. I'm talking about our people. I'm a conscious man now. I'm telling you, there's things that guys I know could do, and I would stop talking to them. I would stop associating with them immediately. And this is one of them. All of America should be, they should, you know, we should be hearing about 40 years later or something, him trying to get out, you know, if he's still alive, or us hear about him dying in prison. Come on, man. What are we talking about? I live in Texas where one out of every two people in the populace is armed. You know what I'm saying? Like one for one. Like half the state probably is carrying at any given time. So you got to think about it. Even if South Carolina is that kind of way, what are you doing with your firearm? What are you doing with your firearm? That's crazy. That footage showed me all I need to know. Because as a security guard myself, all I wanted the patron that's acting up in the club to do is leave. Any security guard at any club would tell you, they'd be like, nah, they just want to talk. They're gonna talk slowly on the way back, you know. Yeah. If he was being a problem and it was a bottle of water, and you know, you have him on film, he must be a neighborhood kid. He didn't have a bike or anything, he didn't get into a car. So must, you know, that wasn't the first time they seen him. And if it was, that makes the crime that much worse. Yeah, ain't no way around it. This is a big deal. I don't care how y'all slice it. I'm sitting back because I'm not gonna waste my energy if we're not going all the way. And that means really just sitting across the table like bosses. Like man, there's, you know, the 18, 20 million of us around here. That's a decent number, you know, to have a conversation. You know, we can really halt things. We can talk like bosses, like what's going on? Y'all don't agree that my man should go down? The only way that that jury could see him as not guilty is because if they would have did the same thing. I have to say it. I have to say it. I'm appalled. I'm appalled. Gotta put it out there. We gotta put it out there. And I'm not choosing sides in this. That's why I started with our own. I'm not choosing sides in this. I'm just saying if we're not gonna be make believe about this, if we're gonna get serious, you know, a jury of, 9, 12 people, whatever, that's a lot of people to, because all you need is one person to be like, nah. Nah, no, no way. And veto that. Like, nah, y'all can't tell me that. Just think of it. Just think of the conversation in there. Let me take you into the minds, the jury room. Nah, nah. I'm the one person that's not trying to hear it, right? With Taibu, that the kid had a gun. He was leaving with it. With Taibu, I mean, the gun came out. Everybody saw the gun. So if they saw the gun pointing at him, man, look, you can say that, but that still means you were waiting for him to do something to give you a reason to kill him. So we can't act like it's not cold blooded in the. We can't act like that. We just can't. Man, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Shout out to all of the people that keep it real with me, my cousins, my lady. There's a lot of people that support this movement. I'm telling you right now, if y'all want to know what's going on, get them books. Just type my name in the Amazon, or the book name, either or just DM if you really interested in getting on that journey. Inbox me, shoot me a DM. Yeah, that's my diagnosis. I mean, Rick Child. I'm telling you, it's just a larger community thing. It's just a larger community thing. That's what it is. We just can't. There's no way that's acceptable on any level behavior from a man that can't do anything else but see a 14-year-old child, like a 14-year-old child. You know, the son, the son had a little size on him. So I was definitely thinking the son definitely had some size on him. So I was definitely like, maybe dude wanted to squab up with him, because the kid wasn't small. But yeah, the gun come out and you shoot him. Yeah. Mm, yeah. I mean, it's scary to think that the person next to you might be okay with that train of thought because it can't be about color. I can't see it being about color at this point. You know, at this point, it's just man to man. Like, would you on the jury? Would you do something like that? I'd be that guy that like, nah. Like, what could they say to persuade me to agree with that? Out of all them people, I could see if it was a jury of 4 or 5 people, that's a lot more peer pressure. But you got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people, and they all felt that way. I don't know. That's scary. It's scary. Well, that's my time. I just wanted to get it in with y'all for a second. I can't. I can't. I wanted to get in with y'all for a second. See what's going on. I gotta go out to my little thing, so get it popping. Yeah, it's a hot song right here, just in my head. I gotta just. I put this pen and paper. Stop. That's it for the night, y'all. I appreciate you coming out, stopping by. I'm gonna do more of these. This is my vibe. I hope it's yours too. Ty Moody, that was the diagnosis on the spot on the Rick Child saga. I hope you appreciate my perspective. Hit me up, inbox me, DM me. My information is on there. If you want to rebuttal that, give your opinion, I'd love to hear it. I'll bring that shame back. Good night. What another was another. I didn't even have to play the footage. Footage. I mean, get ugly with it. Woo. Yeah, that's the behind the scenes me. Still turn. Let's go. See y'all next time.